What the fuck is going on? Today is November 5th. It is election day. We had a bunch of dog shit price action today, so we'll be going over that. We'll be doing penny stocks, open market, and pre-markets. We're going to start with AGFY. One thing to note is we'd be getting less and less pre-market gainers in general. Like we're getting around 10 or so. This used to be 15 to 20. But with that, we're going to start with AGFY. AGFY was a day one mover. It was over the 1 year highs. I didn't like the opening flat here, and it was under the 200, and this thing just actually faded off a cliff. I was watching it here just in case it kind of rebounded and pushed. But this thing, we get a bunch of these every day now that just kind of, they fail to rotate. And then just keeps dipping. So this thing didn't do anything. I thought maybe this could actually do a little bit more than what it did, but nothing there for at least open market. ALBT, this one ran a while ago. If we get the 1 minute 30 day going here. So this thing ran in pre-market on October 25th and spike up to the 200 and then just failed instantly. So, you know, we are this far away. We are at 5:30 at peak. We open around 4. So to get the 650 is kind of a big task for something that's already kind of had momentum or pushing in pre-market. This thing, I did like that it was opening not at highs, so that was an incentive to maybe have a dip buy option. This thing pushed up to the pivotal level and then failed. U pattern into a V up again and then failed again. One thing we're going to see a lot of that I'm going to talk about is we have higher lows, and then it just fades off into a cliff. Open market today was pretty dog shit. There were 2 tickers that had no pre-market that ran, but the overall pattern recognition was very tough today, especially for pre-market gainers in pre-market. So this thing ran into VWAP. Once it runs into VWAP and struggles, it tends to fail. We see that here on ALBT. ATHA, this is also a recycled name. This thing ran on November 1st. It did break over kind of like this previous high area right here. If we add that in. Kind of matched it, broke it, and then came back down. The volume here is too low for me, but you do get this kind of nice flag right here. I would give it this a nice flag. So it kind of repeated this pattern twice. Push, big dump off, and then kind of consolidation, dump off, consolidation, and push. So at least there's some consistency there. Did hold this gap level as well, but I don't really love the volume on that. BCOV, BCOV. This thing also near its yearly highs, but the volume here in pre-market's trash. It does push, but on a low volume. I don't love it. We're going to see again, you have the high here. It comes down, lower high, then fade. So another example, not as strong just because it's low volume, but yeah. BJDX, this is one had no pre-market. We did get a instant push here. This first flag over VWAP over 190 EMA would have been nice. Overall, it ran the 190 EMA. Just 1 flag, 2 flag, 3 flag. It breaks here. And it breaks back over top. So you could say this is a VWAP reclaim flag here. This is probably one of the best flags that I would have taken. I was not around for this, I don't think. Or at least looking at this stock for this one. Break, kind of like a cup and handle, and then go, holding the 190 EMA. There's a nice push right there. And then once it did top out, it just died. Going back under VWAP. The only time I would take something down here is if it did break back over VWAP like SPPL did yesterday, but this thing never got over VWAP and then just died out. But overall, solid momentum. Nice little trades here. A couple 1-minute flags. Can't complain with that. BNOX. Beanox. Great pre-market, although we are kind of pushing into open. Don't really love that. We've seen this to be bearish. This has kind of like a U pattern. I did not take this flag, but this was a nice flag as well. And then I thought she would go get to previous highs here. So if we go to back to there. So this thing ran on October 24th. These were the highs of pre-market, and this thing also faded off a cliff. So to me, this is also a multi-day runner, but we're closer to that. So I thought if we can get at least pushed to here, I thought it was very possible. Didn't end up pushing there. We fade all the way back down, kind of do this weird consolidation over VWAP. Not sure what to think of this yet, but kind of like an inverse head and shoulders right here. You got the shoulder here, head here, shoulder here, and push. So this could have been nice, but again, we see the highs here. Lower high. We have a 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 so it's like in a massive downtrend. We see this a lot. So I don't know if this trend is going to continue. But this open market price action has been really bad today, at least. DJT, just bringing this up just to kind of look at it. I guess we'll see what the fuck happens there. Kind of halted down here. RIP. That'll be interesting to kind of watch through the election. SPPL. This thing ran yesterday, multi-day runner, over the 200, over yesterday's highs. I tried a nice little U pattern dip to the key level here and then push. I tried some down here just in case it did catch on fire, just because everything else wasn't really running. But this thing also did the same thing where high here, lower high, just kind of fading off. And then got rejected by VWAP. So if you got this kind of dip here, that would have been nice. Other than that, and then just fucking reclaimed here. Crazy. We'll continue watching this into the rest of the week. Zcar. I don't know what the fuck. Let's see. So we have halts here. It comes back down. You could say this is kind of like a double bottom flag, but with halts, I don't really love that. Risk-wise, these are tougher to play. Although once it kind of breaks out of the halt pattern, I guess. Let's see. It halted there. Kind of like a cup and handle here. Riding the 190 EMA, kind of like BJDX did. Riding that all the way up. Some more halts, I think, in there. Yeah, this thing was halting nonstop, so not really for me, but nice hold here, VWAP. Another push here, and then fucking straight up. Holy shit. Yeah, this is very interesting. I don't know. Let's see if daily wise what we have here. Alright, so this thing just kind of sold off from 14, so it's probably just filling this kind of empty space here. I'm guessing it won't run tomorrow, rest of the week, but we shall see. You never know. And then the last one is ZVSA. Let's get there. ZVSA was also a multi-day runner. Let's see. So we have October 17th. We have October 22nd. Same pattern, straight up, straight down in pre-market, straight up, straight down pre-market. 392 was the pivotal level here based off of kind of this right there. Never got there again. We're pretty far away. It did have an open bell rip pattern. That was nice. It did have this first flag kind of over VWAP. We saw this a few times last week. But again, we're pushing back, but we're not breaking. High there, lower high, lower high, lower high, fade. So I don't know if this is solely because of the election. I don't have too much experience with market price action through elections and all that. So this could just be a day where people took off and all that jazz. So maybe tomorrow we'll see how we do, or the rest of the week. But I'm going to probably tread lightly going into the remainder of the week just in case. But yeah, it should be an interesting time though. So peace.